It's the King, King Jae, back again with another Teach Me episode. But I'm not alone. I'm here with one of the best. I've got to say the best. I have to big you up and say the best Reina I've ever seen, Yagami. What's going on, man? How you doing? All the way from Australia.
Good. Happy to be here. Finally get the time zones working out properly. Then we can do this.
Yeah, the time zones have been pretty messed up. Like it's
Yeah.
7:29 a.m. here. What time is it over in Australia?
6:30 p.m. at the moment. So
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So I wanted to talk to you about Reina because I've seen that when we was both at Evo Japan, I see that you beat Nii, and then I've also seen you at Esports World Cup when you had that amazing comeback against Chanel with Reina, and I ain't seen anyone perform with Reina at the level that you have. So I would think that you're the best person to have to teach me what Reina has. So what do you think about this character overall?
well, for me personally, like the reason I play Reina is just because I think she just looks cool. So like even before Tekken 8 came out, when I saw her trailer, I already committed to playing her. In terms of like game balance, I think she's strong, but like not really overtuned or anything. It's more just like the other top tiers need to be nerfed. So yeah, she's a fun character with a complex game plan and a pretty high skill ceiling.
Nice, nice, nice. So like, I know that she has a couple things. I know she has the spin, and she has like some other stances. She even has like when she's in, she got like this crouch stance. Like, do you use the crouch stance at all? Not.
Yeah, I think I'm like pretty much the one who like pioneered this stance, right? It's not that evasive. It's not like an AOP or anything. It just puts it into crouch, and from it you can just go into wave dash, which I do to hide the house sweep.
Oh.
So that's like one of the uses. You can cancel it quickly into forward 4. So that basically just use it as a mix-up stance. Yeah.
Nice. All right, cool. So we're gonna go over the basics. We're gonna then move into just some of her stance stuff, like the stuff that you use. We'll talk about punishment, tips, heat engager, and then what you think about her overall. So first things first, talk me through the key moves that you use with Reina.
Yeah, so up close, you want to be using stuff like 1-1. So, classic Mishima 1-1-2. First it hits gel and it's only -1 on block. So this is pretty strong in a game as well, where most characters 1-2 is only like -3. So having this still be -1 is really strong. Down forward 1 as well, -3, similar to Heihachi in Tekken 7, has the high extension and the mid extension, which gives a full heat engage, which is pretty strong. Yep. At the wall splash as well for nice damage. She can also go into her senpai stance from her as well, so a lot of options from her down forward 1.
Oh, you do forward.
She also has, yeah, hold forward,
Nice.
and then you can go to sentai stance. So that's strong. Back 2 as well. If you've like seen Kazumi's one, it's pretty much the same thing. Homing I-16 plus 3. So the situation on hit isn't that amazing, but it's just good to just like lock the opponent in place.
Okay.
In neutral, I think you have the electric, of course, and apart from that, forward 2 and the electric kick are the main things you want to be using. So forward 2, everyone knows about this move. At the start of the game, everyone just like Reina just forward 2 the character, but now it's pretty nerfed, so like you can step it pretty easily. It's really linear now, so you can step it easily. You have to be much more careful using it.
So just see with this, yeah, would you just go for the kick then, or would you just mix it up? Like, how would you do it?
So on hit, you can hit confirm into the kick. So that's what you want to be doing every time.
Okay.
to get the heat engager. On block, you're +2, and even though you're +2, I think the situation is actually not really in your favor as the Reina player. So jab will beat everything except for the high and the low. Yeah. So if I want to beat the jab, I have to commit to this, the high, or the launch punish low. So both options, getting if the opponent ducks, I die. So it's pretty risky. Yeah. And down jab as well is really strong against it, because this will beat the high and the low. So the only option that beats both is the power crush, which is already pretty risky as well. First hit is -14, and the last hit is launch punishable.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, so -16, you can launch it. Some characters as well can launch the first hit at -14.
Wow.
Yeah, and even though there's a second hit, if I want to like beat the opponent trying to punish the first hit, I have to commit to the last hit straight away. I can't like delay it. Because if you try to punish it, if I delay the second hit, it'll still lose. So I need to commit to the last hit if I want to beat people trying to punish the first hit.
Okay.
So if you try to punish like the first hit, just like straight away.
Oh god.
Yeah. So if you punish it like that, I have to just press straight away, which is really risky for the Reina player. Yeah. Other key moves is just like, I guess we can look at the lows. Down back 4, it's not that much damage, but it's good just to annoy the opponent. Sidestep 4 as well. Neutral on hit, and on counter hit it has the stagger animation. So that's pretty good. Nothing guaranteed, but still a good low. And then apart from that, there's House Sweep, which is her best low, in my opinion. So this pretty much starts all her offense, goes into stance at +6, and pretty much what you want to be doing to start your Reina offense most of the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So like,
yeah.
you see, with the Hell Sweep, what would you do from this? Like, because I know she has options. What would you do from the stance? 'Cause I know you just done the axe kick, but would you just mix it up with whatever, or is there like two stuff that you would kind of like your go-to things that you would use from the stance?
So unless you're at the wall, actually, the grab and the low will most of the time whiff. So there's not really any scary option in the open. At the wall, there obviously you get the grab, which does extra damage. But if I'm in the open, most of the time, I want to be canceling the stance into like just waifu pressure. Because there's no like low or low option that will reach the opponent in the open. So you have to like cancel into pressure pretty much.
Okay. Alright, cool. So like, I know that she has a few stances. I know we spoke about it earlier, but like, just talk me through her stances, like, you know, each one of them and which one I want to be using.
Yeah, so Sentai stance, which is the one from forward 4-2, like we spoke about that before. Most of the time, if you're on hit, you're just getting the guaranteed follow-up. Yeah, so most of the time, if you're just transitioning on hit, you're just getting the guaranteed Sentai free. So on block, the situation is like pretty much what we talked about before with forward 4-2. Just trying to pick an option that doesn't get you killed pretty much. So that's her Sentai stance. The other stance she has is Heaven's Wrath, which is the one from House Sweep. So you're either, when you're going to this stance, you're either going to be +6 or +8. So those are like the two main situations, and it doesn't really change that much as well between there's like 2 different frame situations. You use the high options to track. So that's if the opponent's trying to step. And if they can sidestep this mid, sidestep right every time. So that's why you want to stop them from stepping. And apart from the high option, you can power crush everything else from the stance. So if I do running 4 into the mid, you can do power crush, which will be like pretty much every option. So it's back 1+2.
Okay.
Yeah. So this power crush beats all the mid options. Yeah.
Wow.
And obviously you can also sidestep the mid option as well. So maybe sidestep right. Yeah. So the mid option is just there to when the opponent's trying to duck the option that the high option pretty much, but it's a lot of risk for Reina.
Okay. Then she has this one, right? This walkaway stance.
Alright. That's her Unsoku stance. It's not really used that much. It's like pretty not that useful. The one use I found for it was doing the backwards one into 4, which is the mid heat engager.
Okay.
So you can use it like a sort of like back tempo, like evades the moves, and then just whiff punish with the kick. So that's one use for it. But apart from that, it's not really that useful.
Okay. And that's pretty much all of them. I know you spoke about the one which is crouching. How do you do? What's the notation for the crouching one that she has?
1+4.
1+4. Oh.
Yeah.
And you
so you can just do
forward.
that to cancel, yeah, into the wave view pretty quickly.
Whoa. Okay, cool. All right, let's go into like the punishment with Reina. Like, what's punishment from, let's say, 10 to 16?
Yeah, so Reina has pretty good punishment, like both standing and while standing. At 10 frames we have 112. So unlike other Mishima 112, this one doesn't knock down. Instead, it just goes into Senpai stance for a mix-up. So you can see you're like +11. Basically, the only thing they can step is this slow kick Sentai 4. Apart from that, they pretty much just have to take the mix-up. So the main moves you want to be using is Sentai 2 after, and the Sentai throw. So that's like the main mix-up after. What most people don't know is that if you hold back after 112, she can choose not to go into stance.
Whoa.
Yeah. So in the open, it's not that useful. You're only like +2 with a lot of pushback, so it's not really that useful. Like in the open, most of the time, it's better to just go into the stance. But when you go to the wall, it does the wall crash effect. So you can see now I'm +14 and not stuck in stance. So this is much better at the wall. So I think that's something that Reina players should be trying to do. When they're at the wall, hold back after 112, so that they don't go into stance and get +14 instead for a better mix-up, right?
Yeah.
So here you can just do like whatever, like house sweep, forward 4. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's her 10 frame. She also has for 12 frames, 221. So really strong punish, knocks down for full wall splat at the wall. If you're like at a certain distance, you still get a guaranteed follow-up as well. With the electric kick, I like that. That's really strong punish. It is -14, but you can actually hit confirm the last hit. So if you just only throw out the first 2, you can see if it connects and then do the last hit. So that's really strong.
And then 13.
And then, yeah, so 13, just her down forward 1-2. Free heat engage. When you're in heat, you get the guaranteed stomp. She also has 4-2 free. So this is really only used for like if down forward 1 and 2-2-1 doesn't reach. So for moves like Brian down forward 2 free, down forward 1 will whiff most of the time, but 4-2 free is a consistent punish for it.
Ah, so that's considered like a long range punish.
Yeah. Pretty much only just used for long range punishes.
Nice.
And then
14.
if we go to like, we don't have a 14 frame punish really.
Okay.
We have like two slide one, which is like no one uses it. You just do down forward 1-2 most of the time.
Talk me through why people don't use this one. That's very interesting.
The input is like really weird, so it's hard to get out on punishment, and it doesn't do that much more damage than down forward 1-2 anyway. So most of the time it's better off just not doing it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's a really weird input to get, especially like on block punishment. So next we have like 15 frame, right? So she has down forward 2. This one doesn't launch crouches, like crouching opponents.
Ooh.
And the combo damage of it is not that good as well, and it's hard to do on this.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool.
Right. It's not that much damage, and the like combo adaptability is not that strong as well. So what you want to be doing at 15, if you have the execution, is the electric. So much more damage, better combo versatility.
Yeah.
So I only really use like down forward 2 for like to punish stuff like rage up with like weird block stun, right? Most of the time you just want to do the electric instead.
Okay.
So yeah, so those are her main standing punishes. For like longer range punishes, she has 3+4 and her power crush. So these will punish stuff like Asuka back 3 and a Jack down 1+2. Stuff with a lot of pushback, you want to be using these.
Okay. Actually, let me turn on your display because it shows your frames as well.
Okay.
I was just saying that I can't really. Yeah. Oh, actually, let me turn on that one as well. My bad. Tekken. Okay, there we go.
Okay. So I guess we can go to while standing punishment now.
Let's do it.
For 11 frames, she has while standing 4-4. So this is like the Mishima Tsunami kick. Launch punishable on block, and on hit it's only I think -1. Yeah. So what you can do instead is if you hold down after, you go into her stance, Heaven's Wrath stance at +6. So you pretty much always want to be going into stance. There's no real reason not to. It puts the opponent in crouch, you're +6, and you're in your stance for a free mix-up. So pretty much always just go into stance after this. For 13 frames, she has while standing 1. So this gives the guaranteed heat engager, right? So it's really strong.
Ah. What? There's a move that looks similar to this. What's the other move? The low. She has like a low version.
The low?
That's the one. Oh, it's down back. What is it? Down. What is that move?
Down back 2?
Down back 2. Yes, these moves look kind of similar. Yeah, they look.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it. It's kind of different. It's different arm as well. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, no. Yeah. Every time when I fight against Reina, I'm like looking at this move and I'm like, they both look kind of similar. So, but I think this one's different arm. This is like a left arm and this is a right arm.
From crouch. Yeah. I think they're meant to be like her tighter moves, like tighter style. Like the whole thing with Reina is she's half Mishima, half Taito.
Yeah. Fair enough. So this is 13. So if this hits, you're basically guaranteed heat engage or you know, heat cancel because you can do the kick, right? You can do this into the kick.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. And then you get the guaranteed stomp after.
Ah, okay. All right, now fair enough. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. And then she has anything 14?
No 14 frame, no. She has this, but this is not really a punish at all. Because most of the time it won't reach unless you're like super close to the opponent.
Ah, so what's the use of that move then?
So you'll see it like after moves like this that leave you close to the opponent. If you try to jab, it high crushes. So yeah, and then you get the guaranteed forward 2 after. So that's in the open, but at the wall, yeah, you can actually get a you get a guaranteed down forward 1-2 for a wall splat. So I guess it's more like a gimmick move that you use at the wall to try to get a wall splat. It's not the worst thing in the world as well because it's safe, but yeah, it's really not that good at the moment.
Yeah,
you have to be like super close.
That looks like such an unorthodox move.
Yeah, it is. I guess, and then for 15 frames she has full crash down forward 4. So this is just her launch punish. Yeah, so that's her 15 frame punish. She has full crash down forward 3 as well. This is another launcher as well. It doesn't do that much more damage than full crash down forward 4, so most of the time you're not really going to be using it. The one use for it is that the full crash down forward 3 has actual high crush on it. So if you want to like beat the opponent's jabs or something, you can use it, I guess, but it's pretty risky. As you can see, it's minus 17 on block, so most of the time you'd rather just be doing full crash down forward 4 instead.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's her punishment pretty much.
Nice. Okay, so you know, you've given me quite a lot of tips. Before I was thinking maybe give me 2 or 3 tips, but just give me one tip. As a Reina, like, you know, say for example, if I wanted to pick up Reina, what is something that I need to look out for using the character?
So I think what more Reina players should be doing is like maybe try to mix up their wall combos more. So if you go to the wall, so most Reina players are just doing the like down forward 1-1 into 1+2.
Yeah.
That's like the generic wall combo. It's not bad. It has good Oki after. You're plus enough to like sidestep into a mix-up. But I think what makes Reina scary at the wall is all the different options she has to end her wall combos with. So this is one I like to use. 1-1 into down 3+4, 4. So if you see, it does the flip over, and then from there you get pretty much a free mix up with down back 4 or forward 4. So that's really strong wall combo.
Whoa.
Yeah, so you just get a free mix up pretty much. And then another wall combo she has is 1-1 back 2. It's if you've seen like Kazuya's combo where he ends with down forward 2, it's pretty much the same thing. Flips them away, and then you can get a free mix up after, which is pretty good.
I I'm glad you
Yeah,
actually told
and
me about the
then-
wall combos, because I want to know that it sounded like you had one more, but I'm just saying, like, wall combos for me with like these type of characters, I don't know Reina's wall combos. I would just do down forward 1-1 into 1+2, but now you're showing me all of the
Yeah.
tech. I'm just like, yeah, nah, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really important to like mix up the wall combos, right? To keep the opponent guessing, especially with Reina, because she has so many different options. So yeah, I was gonna show you like one last wall combo. This one's a bit harder to do. So it's back one. You have to like delay the last hit perfectly, so it might be a bit hard to get.
Okay. Nah,
Yeah,
I
I mean
just-
that's the string.
and that all hits.
You end it into that. Yeah, so you can that all hits. Yeah, so that's the wall combo there, and then you get, as you can see, you're like in stance after for a mix-up.
Okay.
That's really strong as well. So like those are just like some wall combos I guess like Reina players could be using to like mix up their offense.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for those wall combos, man. I really appreciate it. So, talk me through Reina's heat engages. Talk me through the ones you use, and then talk me through the rest of them, the ones that you don't think is useful.
Yeah, so Downfall 1-2 is like the main one. We talked about it a lot before already, but just 13 frame punish, just really nice to have. Outside of that, the only other heat engager she has that's not from a stance is forward 3. It's -3 on block. Forces crash, so it's like the Ada Mishima forward 3. And in heat, it gives a full combo.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, so a full combo. I personally don't use this one that much because I feel like forward 4 is just better. But it's not bad to use sometimes. It has a lot of range, and again in heat, it gives a full combo, so it's pretty decent.
Okay.
From Sentai, she has the high heat engager. So this one is just mostly after guaranteed hits. Yeah, so that's really strong. Just after like, just to get the follow up after certain moves, a lot more damage. From Heaven Wrath, she has this as the heat engager. So in heat, this makes it much more scary for the opponent because, as you can see, it gives a full launch now. So opponents are much more like scared to duck now because of it. And then her last one is just from her Unsoku stance. Unsoku 4. This one isn't really used that much. Like the stance as a whole isn't used that much, but it's there. Yeah, so those are like her five heat engages, pretty much.
Okay. And then like, when Reina is in heat, what are her perks? Like, I know she has like those jumping kicks that are like not unsafe, but like, is there any other perks that she has?
Yeah, so like the main thing is just all her tighter kicks get an extra follow-up, so like 3 + 4 4. Usually that's just it, right?
Yeah.
If you block it. -14, right? But in heat, she gets a safe follow-up.
Oh.
So this is really good. You can just like throw it out as keep out for the opponent coming in. Even if it's blocked, it does a decent amount of chip damage. She also gets the same kick from her standing free.
Her chip does a lot.
Yeah,
It does a lot of chip damage.
It does, yes. So this one also has high crush on the first hit, so It's really good. Homing high crush. You can just throw it out, and it does a lot of chip, a lot of damage if it hits as well. So yeah, those are some of the things she gains. The only other thing she gets is like an auto parry in the stance. So you see like a lot of common gimmicks that Reina players like to do is while standing 4-4 into the stance. So in heat, if you try to punish it, yeah, you get the auto parry. And also Senpai 1+2 as well, same thing. If you try to punish this move,
Oh, sorry, my bad.
you get auto parried, right? So this beats highs and mids. Like the way to beat the parry is by doing either like an aerial move like a hop kick or just doing like a throw or low instead. Yeah, so that it doesn't parry like jumping attacks like that. So that's like the two main things she gets from heat, the auto parry and the extra follow-ups on her kicks. Her heat smash from standing is slowest, I think, pretty sure it's the slowest heat smash in the game,
Wow.
but it makes up for it with like the amount of range it has. So it hits like from pretty far. Yeah.
Cool.
And afterwards you're +8. You're +8 into Heaven's Wrath for pretty much a mix-up.
Can you go to Heaven's Wrath when it hits, or is it just when it's on block?
On block, on block.
Okay. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, so you're +8 in their face for like a mix-up, so that's really strong. On hit, it on like a wall break stage, it will break the wall, and then you get a full combo, so that's really nice. The other heat smash she has from the stance is from her Heaven's Wrath. So this is from her Heaven's Wrath stance, and it's a low heat smash.
Wow.
So this is really nice because now in the open I have like a low option to threaten with. Usually like I said before, everything will whiff, but now with the heat smash it's like an option I can threaten. It will floor break as well, so on floor break stages you get a full combo, which is really nice. And it is pretty risky there because if you block it, it's one of the few heat smashes that are launch punishable. Yeah, so mine is 17.
Wow.
Yeah. So
17,
it's a strong option, but pretty risky as well.
So is this is like the most punishable low heat smash in the game, right?
I think it might be, yeah. Especially because I know like they changed Lee's one as well. It used to be launch punishable, but now it's like only -14. I think this is like one of the few that are still launch punishable.
Yeah, because like I think Victor's is 15, but Victor's is the well, Reina's is worse. So Reina's is 17.
Yeah. And I think Victor as well, he can just do it from like in neutral as well, so it's much more threatening than like Reina's. Reina's is like from stance, so a bit more telegraphed.
That's very interesting. I didn't even know that it was -17. That's very high in frames. But
Yeah.
okay, cool. So I felt like I've gone over all the things that I need to know about Reina. I know that she also has like, you know, 2 command grabs, which is the up 1+2, which obviously at the wall it does wall splat, and then the what's this?
The 2-throw.
Yeah, so the 2-throw one, how do you do that one?
Quarter circle back forward into quarter circle back forward +2. Yeah.
Ah, does that wall splat against the wall or not? No.
It doesn't wall splat, but it does wall break.
Oh, it wall breaks.
Yeah.
Would I be able to continue the combo then if it wall breaks?
Yeah, so like on like balcony stages or like stages with explosion, if you hit this near the wall, you get a full combo. So it's pretty strong.
This character is so tricky, man. Okay, cool. Well, all right, we've gone over all the stuff. So overall, what do you think about Reina? Like, do you think that she's strong? Do you not think that she's not strong? Do you think she needs buffs? You know, the internet always loves talking about buffs and nerfs and tiers and stuff like that. So what do you think about her in general, overall?
Yeah, so like for me, I think Reina is like a hard character. She's definitely strong, but I think because of like her difficulty and like certain matchups as well, it'll make it pretty hard to just win a tournament only using her. It's not impossible, but I think very hard just using Reina. Um, I'll still play her like no matter what because I just like the character. But in terms of like buffs or nerfs, I hope they actually don't change it that much. I think she's fine in terms of balance. It's just all the other top tiers need to be toned down, and then I think she'll be fine. If anything, I guess they could like give some high crush back to some of her moves, like this move, to give it more usage. Because at the moment it's like pretty underutilized, so maybe giving the high crush back to moves like this would be a good buff. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Reina at the moment.
Okay, cool. And like, do you see yourself like looking out or playing another character? Because I know you're saying that you should play like maybe more than one character if you're playing Reina. Like, would you play someone else in general, or are you sticking to Reina completely?
So like I obviously just want to play like mostly Reina in tournaments, but I have been looking at like secondary characters as well, just for like the bad matchups. So like Dragunov, like everyone knows he's the best character, so I've been trying him a bit. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't settled on the secondary character yet, but I am looking at trying other characters as well in tournaments.
Okay, cool. Who did you use in Tekken 7? For people that don't know.
In Tekken 7, I didn't really have a main. I just played a bunch of different characters, really. I think in saying that, my most played character was probably Steve, and after him, maybe like Katarina and Kuni were the other two I played the most.
Ah, nice. Fair enough then. All right, cool. So, all right, that's the end of the Teach Me episode. If people wanted to find you, where can they find you on social media, man?
Yeah, so I have a Twitter. It is Yagami2428. I think my Twitch is under the same name as well. And I also have a YouTube channel as well that you can watch my matches on, I guess. Yagami TK is the YouTube, so you guys can find me there.
Nice, man. Well, again, thank you very much for the episode. I really appreciate it, man, for you taking your time out. I know we're in two complete time zones. Like, it's actually crazy how we made this happen, but I'm just happy that we got it, because I think people deserve to know how to play Reina and learn from the best Reina right now in the world. So yeah, I appreciate you taking your time out and doing this, man.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
Appreciate it, man. So yeah, everyone that's watching, remember to check it out, leave a comment, go check out Yagami. He's doing big things. We're going to be on to the next Teach Me episode. Take it easy, everyone. Peace.